Hello everyone, this is Gladys from Gladys Garden in Heart of a Gypsy. How's everyone tonight? Today I have something of a sort of a good news. I know my last video I explained to you that I was a guest designer for another company. Well, now another company asked me to work for them as a team designer or designer team member. And this one is called Ephemera's Vintage Garden, and her name of the owner is Debbie Ann, and she's got obviously a Facebook page. She also has a YouTube channel and her blog, and I have all that description below, so you'll be able to go to her place and see what she's got. But everything that she does have is digital, and it is beautiful. It is high quality papers, and a lot of the things that I really like, kind of a grungy, but she does other, other themes too. But the one that I chose to do first was a steampunk because, I love that, and so I decided to start with that kit. So I'll pace you through what's going on, or what I did, how I did it, the papers I chose, and everything. And then I'll go ahead and take a bunch of pictures afterwards so you can see the full range of it. Now I have no ephemera inside, meaning pictures, because it's so busy already that I didn't want to have the time to put the pictures, because this will be for me. One of the things that we do, or when you buy something from, we cannot sell her paper, and she's got her right to do so. So this puppy is for me. I guess you could you can give it as a gift, I'm sure, but anyhow, the book is amazing, and we'll go through it. Okay, so this is how thick the book is, and it is, if I'm not lying to you, it is 7 1/4 by 5 1/2, and oops, and the spine measures about 2 1/4. Okay, let me just put this belt in back here because I want to explain something about that too. And I created this belt for it. I always make my belt a little bigger, and I make them with masking tape, duct tape. They have all kinds of funky colors out there. Now there's some out there that you wouldn't catch me dead using them, but to each his own. I kind of like the muted ones, the dark ones, weird ones, whatever. I chose black because we already have a lot of browns and blacks into it, and lots of green, so I thought it would stand out for this. The paper line that I chose for this one, or the kit, is called a Steampunk Voyage. Obviously right up my alley. So it is held together by this belt. I need to make a little loop in here that would hold the, oops, I'm out of range, I'm sorry. I need to make a little loop in here that would hold the belt, and it's a little loose. I always make them big because, like I said, I haven't put any ephemera on my pictures, so it's just for the sakes of the tutorial. I just put one of those Tim Holtz clips in there, but I'll take it off so now you can see. And I'll show it to you. So this is what it looks like. I've learned that from Kathy Orta, how to make this ones, and now I make all kinds of weird ones too, so I really like them. Okay, so that is what it would hold together, because it will open up. Imagine that once you put all your pictures on it. Let me see if I can go back a little. There. Once you put all your pictures, if it's this thick already, imagine once you put all your stuff, it'll get really, really big and thick. So that's when the bigger belt obviously comes in, or you can readjust it too. On the outside, front and back, I use the covers that she's got for this kit, and the front cover comes with like a antique or an air balloon per se, and what I did with it, I embossed some of the striations in let's see if you can see it, there you go, in copper. And on the inside, you know, where the mesh would be, where whatever would hold the balloon, I kind of did it with a little bit of a black and some shimmer to it, embossing powder. And then I put a huge gear right around it, and I embossed it also. And I think it was in copper too, but then I went over with oh, what is that called? The Inca Gold, the green and the white. Just go over it, and obviously while it's still hot, I kind of went and pressed on it with stamps, so it becomes impressed, and it has a good look to it. So that's what I decided to put that gear in there. And then obviously I've made this little title that says Steampunk Voyage. That's part of her ephemera too. In the spine, I used some green paper that I already had, and it kind of looks like, if you look at it closely, it kind of looks like if it was linen. It has that look. And then I protected, after I distressed the pages with different paints like stazOn and some of the stains from Tim Holtz. Once I got it grungy enough, then I went ahead and put my matte medium to make sure that it was all nice and dry and protected. So as when I did that, I did front, back, and both parts of the inside, okay, so I can do that. Then I created my spine, which is also something that I learned from Kathy Ortha. I was already doing a little bit of that before, but she really helped me to make this a lot easier. So, you know, a shout out goes to her, because she's an awesome lady and teaches us so much, and so generous with her knowledge. My hat goes off to her. So anyhow, I did the hidden hinge binding for 8 pages. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I ate one on the way, but yeah, it's 8 pages, okay? So I make the base page, and then afterwards I load it up with a lot of interactions. So I'll go through it so you can see what we have. But this is how the balloon looks when you get it. I'm going to zoom in now, because I'm actually going to get to the book. Oh, maybe not that much. Right there. Oh, and I forgot to mention, on the outside I put this little hoof right there. I put this little eyelet. It's not a eyelet, this is a grommet. And so I punched a hole with my let me show you my purple monster. Everybody seen that one from me. You used it before. And I went through the binding right there, and I put one of Tim Holtz clasp, and on it I put a little clock. Isn't that the cutest thing? So on the outside you have some chain, and it's also a clock, and it's kind of silvery. So I went over with the green Inca Gold, and it's just kind of match a little bit. So that's what I did. So let's start from the beginning then. She's got about, in that kit, I would say about 8 pages, give or take, plus the other add-ons, like, you know, your little pockets and all that. So it's quite a big kit, but all that information will be down below, okay? So you'll be able to reference back to her shop and be able to get, you know, the things that you have. I am also going to do a tutorial as to how to do this book. This is not a fast tutorial. It's it took me 2 days to do it, and it practically almost non-stop. Okay, obviously I do have a family and I have to do things, but it's very loaded. It's very loaded with lots and lots of details, but that's what I like these books. So let's begin. First page. The first page has a pocket right here, also a little pocket that comes within her kit, and a little card that you can use for some journaling or picture. You can also do. Well, okay, my friends, I had already finished the explanation of the whole book and how I did it and the whole thing. I had loaded it to my computer, and somehow it didn't get saved, and I've been frantically looking for it, but it's just nowhere to be found. I did have some threads in the computer, you know, my security system, so I had to kind of clean it and everything. Obviously, among all the cleaning, the rest of this video went out, which is half of it, so I do apologize for that. But here we are back. Obviously, up to now we have covered front, we have covered our spine, and we have covered our back and how it was put together, what type of materials like chipboard, and her wonderful and beautiful vintage ephemera. I am just crazy about it, and I think where I left is when I was explaining on the first page, so we'll just start from there. On the first page, each page excuse me, my allergies is still acting up really bad. So on the first page, you're going to notice that everyone, 8 pages altogether, as we talked about it before, they all begin the same way. So they all have, you know, it's a page that comes this way, here, and it has a pocket in here. A pocket that it holds a pretty big mat. I mean, I don't remember the measurements. I think I talked about it before, but let me see if I can get my ruler and tell you again, so as to not to forget. Okay. Oops, I am backwards here. Sorry about that. It is 4 3/4. Yeah, 4 3/4 by 6 1/4. So that's what the back, or this brown paper, was cut at, and then this designer paper, which is part of her the Ephemera Vintage Garden papers, is cut at 1/4 smaller than the whole thing. I always do that just because it kind of leaves you a little bit of the background paper that you're using, and in my opinion, I really like how that looks, so that's how I do it. Okay, so each page is going to look the same, except for the add-ons that we're going to do, like flip-flaps and maybe pockets and, you know, things of that nature. This little pocket that you see right here in the front with the balloons comes with the paper ephemera kit that you buy from her, and all you have to do is score on the score lines that are already pre-designed or pre-drawn there for you, and you have this little pocket or little paper in there. I stamped it, but you don't have to stamp it. You can do some journaling if that's what you wanted, but you know, I really like that one, so I went ahead and put a kind of a vintage bicycle in there. And going to the back of page number 1. Page number 1, in the back, it has 2 flips, so you have your regular size right here, and then let me see if I can zoom out a little. Oh, sorry. There we go. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, so this is what a page looks like. But then at the back of page 1, if you open it, then it looks like this. And then you can flip it over this way, and then one more time. So you can do pictures, you can do stickers, you can do pretty much just about anything you want. Maybe little notes with some journaling. It's pretty much up to you. Every time, this is, you know, way before, many years ago, I used to see beautiful paper like this, and I used to say I would never cover a paper like that. But, you know, really, an album or a photo album is about the pictures. Why? Because it's about the memories that you had. And if you're putting them in a book or an album, it's because they matter to you. So the paper is not that important. Of course, it makes a difference if it's beautiful like this one is, but it's not going to deter you from, you know, using your papers. I'm sorry, your own pictures and putting them in this beautiful paper. In again, doing some journaling to it. We have page number 2. Again, it starts with a flap. You know, whole picture and a flap, and in this case I excuse me, I put some of the tags that I made. Whatever leftovers I had when I was creating or matting the pages, I made them into tags. And even the reinforcement tags, I painted them according to the colors that I was using for the album. Let me see if I can get closer right there so you can see. There you go. So in this case, it's this green that I use on all the tags, and most of them are stamp with something that kind of, I don't know, a little bit, you know, steampunk, not too much, but something there. Each page would have a big mat that you can load up with pictures or journaling and every kind of memories that you may have. In the back of number 2, there's a big old flap. Again, you have an opening here, but in this case, instead of being on this side, I put it over here just to be different. And once, and you still have this mat, and you can still put it back in there. There is some more tags in here. You can put pictures on them, pretty much do whatever you want. And number 3, or page number 3, again, you still have same size page with a mat that comes out. You go in, and I really like this page because it's very different than any other one that I've seen. It has, in the back of it, it has a flap that comes out this way, and as part of the kit you get a whole page with lines, so it's kind of nice to do some journaling, you know, to record your memories or whatever happened during your vacation or whatever time that you want to, you know, remember or have your family remember too. And at the same time, I also created a pocket here on the bottom, right here. So on this pocket, I was able to put this little pocket that comes with a kit. You know, you just gotta score it in the right lines that she gives you, and glue it, and it becomes a cute little pocket, and then it goes right in there. Again, I filled it with tags that I use from paper that would have been left over and otherwise thrown away. I don't like that because I just don't. You know, paper comes from trees, and every time that we're throwing paper away, we are throwing a tree away. You know, I'm not eccentric or anything like that, but you know, if I can do a little bit, I will do it. This is a little bit more of the ephemera that she has in her, or in this kit per size. It's all about the steampunk look, and you all know that, you know, I'm kind of crazy about it. When you see tags in this book, brown like this with a green reinforcements, it's because it was paper that was left over when I was creating the pages for this album. And again, I don't like to throw things away, so if they can become something I can use, I will. And in the back, you still have, you know, a big mat to put pictures or to do some journaling from that special trip or special time or a special family that came over, whatever. So the back of page number 3, I think, is very cute. Now, they don't have to be in this order. I just did it that way. Okay, number 4, same thing. You have regular size page, pocket in here with a big mat that comes out. and then over, so it becomes kind of a double one, you can say. And as you can see, her ephemera is, I think it's just gorgeous. But you know, I love green to begin with, and then she's got all those greens in it, and I kind of accented it even more with some of the stazOn and other stress inks from Tim Holtz too. So it became something that it would really work for me. But I love this key right here. So big mat here to put big pictures. As I told you before, I would see paper, beautiful papers, I could never cover that. But now I think, no, I think my pictures would look even better, or very pretty against some of this very vintage and good looking paper. So in the back of paper number 4, we are going to have this Tim Holtz clasp, and in the back, or in the not in the back, but hanging from it. Let me see if I can put it. Let me see if I can put it closer to you that you can see it before it's fumbling out of my hand right there. It's a little red clock, and I bought it at Etsy with I think she was from the Netherlands or something, but I really liked it. It's very, very cute. It's very small, but you know, see, it's so small you can't even grab it. But I really thought, sorry, oh my goodness, give me just a second. I just thought it was very, very cute. So I put the chain through this hole that I created here. I just made a hole in here, and then I put a grommet, and then I put this clock on the outside. So it all goes, you know, with a steampunk theme. So you have a charm in the back, and you have a very small one, but I think it's very cute charm on the inside. Okay, so go on to page number 5. I also really like this one, because after creating your normal page, you know, normal page size with a pocket for a you know, a mat in there, I created a little flap in here that gives you enough space for you to do some journaling using that paper that she gives you for writing. So I put that there. And then again, I used some of those leftover papers and created more tabs, and I stamped them also in the back. Now, I had a somebody asked me a question, like if you're using very dark paper, like black or brown or even red, dark red, how do you stamp on them? Well, you have to actually stamp with something that is way, way lighter than them. So gold, silver, obviously white, all those colors, even cream acrylics will work with this ones. So you just have to wash your stamps afterwards. So it depends on the inks that you're getting, but I think they give you a really good look to them. So I do not like to throw things away if they can be used. I am not a fan of just hoarding things. Not have I done it? Yes. And I truly believe that we're all guilty of the same thing. But I don't like to hoard things that, you know, I try to see the negative and the positive and say, really, can I use it? And somehow my brain says, no, not really. You can't use it, so dispose of it. But things like this, look how cute that look. I mean, come on. I could have thrown all these little pieces of papers away, and I think they look really, really cute in there. So people can put a little picture there or just a note on them, and that itself makes the book look even better, you know. So that's the reason why. So now we're going back to the back of page 6. This is another one that is different. I guess you know, I was looking at the book and I was thinking, you know, as I was moving, you know, higher on the numbers, it became a little weirder. I didn't mean to, or I didn't plan to it, but I don't write things down. When I'm working and I feel like doing something, I do it on the spot, and that's the way I work. So the back of page number 6, which all of them, all the pages on the front are going to look the same, meaning they're going to have this pocket here, so you can put this big mat, so they all have this. But it's really in the back that you have some room or some space to use your creativity and do something different. So in this case, I did a flap back, and then I did a flap down. So that's a little different. And then obviously I also put a mat inside that either you can use for pictures, journaling, basically for pictures. I have to be very honest with you, I don't journal very much. I love poetry, and I do write some poetry, but I'm not the biggest fan on writing. I love to create things with my hands, and that's what makes me happy. But this book certainly has enough room and space, and has enough of the theme, so you can put your thoughts into it and say, we were there, here, and we did this and that, and it made me feel this way or that way. So that's a really good thing. So anyhow, so that's the back of page number, I think it's 5 or 6, I can't remember. Yeah, 5, because it's 6, 7, 8. Yes, 5. Okay. Continuing with page number 6. Again, from page the same, you have your mat that goes inside, and then I use this. I have 2. They're long tacks, but not that wide, just kind of a skinny. But they have enough room for you to, I stamped this ones. Again, these are mine. This is going to be my book. I stamped them, but if I want to write something, I have enough room to write in here or to write in this area. I'm not limited as to what I need to do or want to do, with them. So that's the reason I like to utilize as much as the paper as possible. Because we are talking that these papers were digital. I didn't go to a store and bought them in a 12 by 12 pack. I had to print them on my printer, buy the ink and all that. But I think they're worth it because somebody really took the time and really thought about what they're going to do when they were designing these pages. And Debbie, the owner of Ephemera's Vintage Garden, she really put a lot of thought into it, I have to say, and I really like her papers. So okay, so going back to the back of page number 6, you have a flap that comes right out, so it's almost like having 2 pages in here. And again, I'm going to say that this album is made for big pictures, so you don't have to feel, or don't feel like you have to go to your photo place shop in your town, or either Walgreens or any other place that can help you to, or even in your own computer, to minimize the original image that you had took by your camera. This will take big pictures. It's designed, it's for pictures. Remember, I do believe that any album that we make, it's really about the pictures, not about the paper. But if we use beautiful paper, well, the more the merrier, I say. Page number 7, again, it begins with a flap and or pocket, and your mat is in here. And in the back, it's a little different one. This one goes up, and it's as full size as the page itself. And inside we carry a mat also, and then we put some tags that I made out of leftovers when I was making or creating the pages, or the plain pages that go on the book. And also I put this ephemera that comes with her kit. Look at this one, how cute it is. I mean, this is really, really cute. I haven't done much inside, but let me tell you, I'm going to. And so I decided to put those 2 together right there. And then this closes right back down. And we go on to our last page, which is number 8. On this one, I added this little, I don't know, sign, or I don't know what you want to call that. But let me see if I can get it closer there. This one right here, when I cut it and I used a little bit of the glassy accents and a little bit to have that crackle, but not too crackle effect. And if you use a little bit of the distress inks, it kind of seeps in and it becomes really vintage worn look to it. So I use that technique on it, and we'll talk more about that technique in other tutorials, but I use that technique in a lot of things because it works just really well. I know I have bought a lot of things that do just crackle, and a lot of things are just, you know, like glassy and things like that, but I combined it, two products that nobody said to me that you could combine them, but I tried it, and I like the effect, you know, that it gave me. It's kind of a rough if you touch it. It's not smooth at all, but as long as it's dry for you to touch it and not stick to your hand, that's the time when you want to go in with distress inks, because they are water soluble and they'll start seeping into the picture, and you just have this pattern and you start getting this effect that I don't think we can replicate by hand. So I really like that technique. Two more tags in here from salvaging, you know, leftover paper. And again, for the last time, we have another mat. And I really like this page. This is page number 8, the last in the book. And we have here, I hope you can guess, we have 1, 2, and 3 full-size pocket, meaning that all 3, so see there's a pocket here, right here, and there's another pocket, let me see, right here, and obviously another pocket right here. So on the top pocket I was able to put this huge tags, which again they were salvaged from when I was doing those or the album pages. And this one's right here, which are just kind of a journaling tags. Those come in the kit when you buy them from her. And again, I will remind you, all the links are going to be below, you know, on the video, so you'll be able to go and be able to, I'll give you the link that goes directly to the page where I got this, and then also it'll give you the link to her homepage for her blog online, and then you also have another link that will take you to her Facebook page. So her name is Debbie, and she's got great stuff. So, and then the bottom one has these tags again that were made, which is salvaging paper that otherwise would have been thrown away. And last but not least, this is part of the ephemera that she's got in her kit. You know, obviously all of it is let's see, one more right there, it's steampunk, which right at my alley, right? So I think they're just so beautiful, and I love them. So, you know, I'm not going to deny that. And so this is the end of it, and this tells you everything that we put in the book. So the book may not be very big in size, but it is so filled with areas that you can put pictures and notations, journaling. This particular book holds about between 75 to 85 pictures, you know, depending on the sizes that you choose. So it takes a lot. It just looks mini, but I can't really call it mini books, but I guess by standard, when you go to a regular store and buy an album, they're usually 12 by 12 or even bigger. Not this one's, but I think you can still put as many pictures, if not more. So I wanted to show you all this, my Steampunk Voyage album, or photo album by Ephemera's Vintage Garden. So stop by and check her out. She's got beautiful things, and thank